much of increased workload has there been on red zone work this week?
Do the same thing we do every week. Yeah, we're same practice plan as always.
How have the guys responded coming back from a loss from your vantage point?
Good week, yeah. These guys have done a great job all year. They practice. They have great practice habits. We're a really tight-knit team, and this has been a good week. It's football. We're just getting ready to play the next game.
Jake got a little bit banged up at the end of the first half against Kansas last week. How's he doing this week as far as just overall health?
I don't know he got banged up in the last game. He got banged up in the Utah game. He took some hits in that game. He was just bruised and mostly that kind of thing, just beat up a little bit, but nothing.
But no concerns.
No concerns. He's 100%.
When you reviewed the film on the red zone against Kansas, what stuck out about the opportunities missed, perhaps?
We had some lack of execution in the low red zone. We played actually really well in the game, like efficiently. We controlled the line of scrimmage. We ran the ball well. We threw the ball well, all the way down to that last low red zone area. And we've been very good in that part of the field all season. And this game we just didn't finish, and there was blame to go around. I have to do a better job for the team. We had various position groups who made mistakes in that area of the field. Saturday, obviously, Jake made a really bad throw that he owns up to one time right before the half. That was a shame. There's just things you can't panic. You just got to keep working at it. And like I said, we've been good in that area of the field all year. So now it's time to just keep working and get ready to play this week.
Coming out of that game, though, did you feel pretty good though about the run game? I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's a loss, but they seem like they're trending up.
Yeah, I mean, there's no moral victories, but we did control that game. We did a lot of good things in that game, and the story of the game is just not finishing with touchdowns in the red zone. If we finish with a couple of touchdowns, we run away with that game, and but we didn't. We didn't do it. So all the good things we did in the open field don't count because they're not points. But I was pleased with how the toughness that we played with, the execution in the open field. We just have to finish better in the red zone, and we have a good plan, and I'm confident our guys will do that this game.
With how well your offense plays in the 2-minute drill,
Yeah.
Has there been thought to maybe increase the tempo a bit throughout a game?
Yeah, we've talked about that, and I think there is something to picking up the tempo a little bit, but the 2-minute drill, you get different coverages, you get different defenses, and it's a shorter menu of plays. That menu of plays can dry up real fast if that's all you do for 4 quarters. So, but yeah, Jake's really good in that area of the game, and our players have been executing those plays very well. So, but I don't think you can just run that that system for 4 quarters. And the other thing is, if one of the things we're doing well is we stay on the field for a long time, and our defense gets a lot of rest. So if you start going a lot faster and you run, you go up tempo, then the defense defends a lot more snaps. Our defense did a great job Saturday, but they only defended 8 possessions. Normal is about 12. So if we go with faster pace, it's playing team football and finding that right balance of what's good for all 3 phases.
What are some of the things you look at when you look at going boundary versus field? You saw some of those plays that went to the boundary side, some go to the field side. I'm just kind of curious, as far as the philosophy.
Which plays are you talking? Like run plays, pass plays?
Yeah, the run plays, the speed options.
Yeah, it's usually just trying to take what the defense gives us. A lot of those are check plays sometimes. Trying to go to the best look where you have the best angles.
Aaron, are you happy with the way tight ends have performed and have been used in your offense, or is that something?
Yeah, I think Tava and Ray are playing really well for us right now. And then we have Keanu and Reiner doing some good things. I've been really pleased. I think Tava and Ray are really playing good football for us right now, and really happy with those guys.
Saw Kibo take some hits. He came back in the game.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's fine. Yeah, he's okay. Yep.
Does Jake look for tight ends on a regular basis?
Yeah. I mean, we haven't featured our tight ends a ton down the field, and we just the offense is about getting the ball to your playmakers, doing what they do best. And so the ways that we feature our tight ends will be what they do best, and then the way we feature our receivers and our running backs is try to do what everybody does best.
You might have addressed this, A-Rod, but the fade route, last couple of fades haven't worked for you.
That play, I think we've scored 12 touchdowns on that play in the last 5 years, and the last 2 times have been interceptions. So might be time to go away from that for a while. But it's been a very good play for us over the years. I think Isaac Rex had 5 or 6 touchdowns alone just on that play. And we threw a couple last year, one to Darius Lassiter, and that I can remember against Texas Tech. It's been a really good play, and the last 2 games we just didn't execute it well. And last game Jake just made a bad throw. The play was there. Our guys did what they were supposed to do. You have a tight end on a corner, huge size advantage. You just have to throw the ball to the back pylon, and it's either our guy or nobody. And then you play the next play. It's got a couple more plays with 2 timeouts. And Jake made a mistake, that's football. You just move on.
Has the pressures of maybe a conference championship race maybe get to this team at all? You feel with what the magnitude of each game?
We live for this. There's no pressure. This is what we do. This is exactly why you play this game. I mean, we're in the moment and we're loving this.
Have you made preparations for crowd noise more so than usual?
Yeah, and I don't know how we could have possibly practiced it more than we did for the Utah game, and it was a factor. I mean, it was tough. We did not handle it well in the Utah game, so yes, we've practiced it a lot again, and we'll be ready.
Is that why you went inside yesterday?
Yes. Yep. It's louder inside, so that's why we went inside. Yes.
The delayed substitution, the rule with the ref delays it, and then the defensive guys jog off really slowly.
Yeah.
How do you address that?
It's tough. It's really tough. I think defenses. The rule was established when no huddle teams were going fast tempo, and then would substitute and go fast again. They made the rule so that defenses had a chance to match up, and now defenses are exaggerating their ability to match up, and the officials are letting them get away with it. And so you have teams that are just practically walking off the field. And I'm hoping that in this offseason they change that rule. I think they need to do something, make it an 8-second count or something like that. Give them a chance, but they can't drag it out, kind of thing. But for the time being, we have to adapt. We got to sub fast if we're subbing, and we got to break the huddle fast if we're huddling, and just play faster.
What are some of the key bullet points that stand out on Arizona's defense from your vantage?
I'm sorry, one more time?
What are some of the key points to Arizona's defense that stand out to you?
Well, they play with an edge, man. They compete really hard. They are just flying around, I think. I mean, they have good speed, and they play with tenacity. I respect these guys a lot. They're fun to watch, and I'm excited to play against them. But we have a lot of respect for them.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, A-Rod.
Okay, guys. Yep.
Pinkley's your next customer.
I thought the same thing.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
What have been some of the key areas of focus this week coming back from a loss?
I think the biggest thing is just to get back to the fundamentals. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know the areas that we struggle in, and this week we've just been able to just really focus on those things, the red zone and things of that sort, short yardage and all those things, just like every week. And so, there's no need to panic and change anything or anything of that sort. Just keep doing what we're doing and trust the process, and it'll all work out. So yeah.
So nothing's changed as far as increased red zone practice snaps. Like it's still kind of
it's always been the same. I think the only thing that's probably changed is obviously we're being more intentful with our reps and things of that sort, right? And so I feel like that's the one thing that's going to make the biggest difference this weekend is just being more purposeful with the way we're going about our reps. And I mean, I wouldn't say we're doing an increase of red zone reps or things of that sort, but we're doing exactly what we've always been done. We know it works. It's just a matter of just making sure we're being more intentful. And so, yeah.
How excited are you guys for the opportunity to have a game with so much on the line this late in the season?
Oh, we're definitely looking forward to the challenge. I think, I mean, like the coaches, Kalani and them talked to us in the beginning of the week. I mean, everything's still in front of us for us to accomplish. You know what I mean? It's not like with the loss we can, we need to hang our heads, anything of that sort. And so the fact that we still have everything in front of us, I think that's motivating. And knowing that this is that game that puts everything on the line, I think everybody's looking forward to that challenge. And so, yeah.
Hinkley, when you're going to the boundary versus the field, the sideline acts as that extra defender.
Mm-hmm.
What's the challenge as a running back when the play's going that direction and you know that could come into play versus the field side where maybe there's, you don't have the sideline?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I definitely see that. Obviously, yeah, with going to the shorter size can be difficult. But at the end of the day, like we as the players got to execute our plays. You know what I mean? That which means either we making the blocks that we need to make. You know, me making the right reads. At the end of the day, that's what it falls down to. So I think once we clean those things up, we'll be just fine. No matter what play we call, we should be able to execute it. You know what I mean? And so I think that's the name of the game this week is execution. You know what I mean? We have a great game plan. It's just a matter of executing it. So.
Seems like the running game is picking up speed. I know it didn't work out to get in the end zone, which is something we talked about already. But how does that feel, getting that momentum in the running game, just seeming to pick up some
Oh, it means, yeah, I mean, we emphasize that a lot, you know what I mean, making sure that we're able to run the ball really well. I mean, you run the ball really well and great defense, I mean, that's a recipe to win games, right? And so that's one thing that we've been able to just focus on day in and day out, and so I feel like it's been showing, you know, and so.
How ready are you guys for another hostile road environment? That Utah game, Coach talked about how that noise maybe impact you guys. How ready are you for this environment?
Definitely, I don't think it's going to be probably as loud as Utah. Utah was definitely, you know, one of the crazy experience to be a part of, and so that definitely prepared us for, I feel like, for any hostile environment. And so it's something that I think it's good because we've already seen it already. So, you know, we prepare for it. We know what we need to do to make sure that we are able to execute under those circumstances. And so I think we've done a really good job of, you know, doing so throughout the week, practicing those situations and just executing. So, yeah.
This team's talked a lot about how close they've been. Is that shining through this week? We're on the heels of a loss, and that closeness can help you guys kind of get out of this little run, I guess you could say.
Most definitely. And I think that's the biggest thing. I've been on the team for the last 4 years, right? And I've said this before. This is literally by far the closest team I've ever been a part of. And this beginning of this week was just another testament to that. You know what I mean? Obviously, everyone is, you know, nobody likes losing. We hated the result that happened that last weekend, but we knew the type of team that we had, and we knew that we had each other's back. And it was amazing that we had, you know, we came in that first team meeting on Monday, and everyone knew what we needed to get done this week in order for us to earn the right to play well on this Saturday. And I think that's been everybody's focus every single practice, every single day. So yeah.
Who were some of the players that spoke in that on Monday?
We had Gary that actually stepped up and talked to the whole team. It was just him, you know what I mean? And to have a guy like him on our team with his leadership and his experiences, he got up and he told us straight up, you know, he's been part of a lot of good teams that's won the Big 12 championship, you know what I mean? And he spoke about his experiences and things of that sort, and he just told us how special the team that we got, and you know, everybody already knows that. And so the fact to have a guy like that, you know what I mean, who we know that can play in this kind of situation, and obviously maybe not be in the role that he'd hoped to be, but is able to continue to pour his heart out day in and day out, every practice, to help the team win in every way he can. It's you know, it's inspiring to the rest of the team, and so be able to have him speak to the rest of the team definitely got everybody fired up for this week.
What's that about this ASU defense? Kind of first thing that jumps off the page.
What was that?
What's the first thing that jumps out about this ASU defense?
They got the good athletes, you know what I mean? I think we match up with them pretty well, you know what I mean? They got good athletes all across the board, that sort, and so they play hard, they run hard, you know what I mean? And I think, but I don't think it's anything that we haven't seen this year, you know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, like I said, it comes down to us executing our plays and doing what we can, you know what I mean? So.
All right, thank you.
Sweet, appreciate you guys. Thank you.